Hi, I'm Raphael Aaliyah.
And I'm John Jackson, and this is the Mancave.
Alright, so to start off our New York segment today, we're going to talk about Colin Kaepernick expressing interest in going to the New York Jets. Now, we all know that Mike McCagnon has expressed interest in re-signing Ryan Fitzpatrick on a short-term basis. The team and the fans seem to support that. However, recently it's come out that Colin Kaepernick wants to be released from the 49ers and would like to land himself in the Jets locker room. And he still has 5 years left on his $114 million blockbuster deal that he signed back in 2014. But he would like to come to the Jets, and it's up to the Jets whether they want to get him, but that all depends on what Chip Kelly decides to do and what the management of the 49ers decide to do with Colin Kaepernick. Will they cut him? Will they trade him? That's a big if for the Jets.
Yeah, and with Chip Kelly, he must feel terrible. I mean, the Philadelphia didn't want him, the fans hated him, and now he comes, he wants Colin Kaepernick, and now he's like, no, I want out.
That was a big reason.
He doesn't want to work with Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly's just not liked anywhere in football nowadays, so it seems. However, now, this is interesting for the Jets because Fitzpatrick had the best single season of any quarterback in the Jets' history, offensively speaking, even better than any of Joe Namath's single seasons, based on passing yards and touchdowns and everything. So, it's hard to say, do we keep him? He is old. Can he repeat? Or do the Jets go after Colin Kaepernick?
It's a big baby.
Now, Kaepernick last season, he was benched for a while after he had such a slow start to the season. He wasn't playing well. But you got to look at the whole package of Colin Kaepernick. This is a guy in his career from 2012 to 15, because 2011 he didn't play. He played 3 games, he didn't start. This is a guy who has 10,030 yards passing. He has 56 touchdowns compared to 26 interceptions, so that's 30 more touchdowns.
He's shown to be pretty smart on the ball when he throws it. He just doesn't air the ball out. He's very smart. He has a strong arm, so tough for defenders.
Now, the big thing about Kaepernick is he can run.
That
dual
dual
he can
threat.
Run well. This is a guy, 11 rush touchdowns in those seasons that he has played in, and 1,832 yards
That's
rushing.
amazing for a guy who's played as limited a career as he has.
Now, you got to remember, nowadays, there's a lot of quarterbacks who could run a lot better. However, if you look at some of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, these guys don't even have 2,000 yards in their career, and this guy from 2012 to 15 has more yards than some of the greatest quarterbacks ever. So he is a very dual threat indeed.
And let's just remember now he would have Brandon Marshall, he would have Eric Decker, possibly have Chris Ivory in the backfield. That would be a terrific team to land into. I mean, that's why he wants to come to the Jets. You know, they have a great receiving core, great defense. It would be a great place for him to come, especially the mobility. It would give the Jets so many more weapons than what they're used to now with Ryan Fitzpatrick. But again, everyone loves Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
And
However, Brandon Marshall said, he's like, Fitz is my guy. He said he doesn't want Kaepernick, and he said, nah, we're good. So, obviously, he'd rather have Fitzpatrick. However, he said the same things about Fitzpatrick when Geno Smith was supposed to be the starter. You know, Brandon Marshall really develops relationships with his quarterbacks, so he's very loyal to the quarterback.
That's a very great quality to have, but let's hope it doesn't get in the way if they do decide to go for Colin Kaepernick. Okay, so let's move on to some hockey in New York. The All-Star break is over, and both the Rangers and Islanders were back on ice. The Rangers took on the Devils in New Jersey. They would lose that game 2-3 because of 2 goals in the third period by the Devils to overcome a 2-1 deficit. Not the way the Rangers wanted to start the second half of the season in a tight race with the Islanders. They really don't have much of a chance against the Capitals. So they need that second place spot, and they need the Islanders to do poorly, frankly. And that did not happen last night. Tell us about the Islanders.
At home beat the Minnesota Wild 5-3. So it is a very tight race now for second in the Metropolitan Division. and we'll see now with about 30 games left how that pans out.
Yes.
But moving on to basketball, we have the Knicks playing, and what did they do, Raphael?
The Knicks lost to the Celtics at Madison Square Garden, 97-89. Not really much of a competition last night. The Celtics have been doing very well, as opposed to the Knicks, who have lost now their last 6 of 7. Not the way you want to be going at this point in the season, especially with the stretch of games they have coming up, which include the Pistons tomorrow night at 7. Now we're going to move on to the Nets. Do we have something new, John?
Nope. Same old, same old. They lost again. They lost to the Pistons at home, and this is just becoming, a terrible season for the Nets. One of their worst they've had. Obviously the worst they've had in Brooklyn. Now they have lost their last 9 out of 10, with the only win coming against the Oklahoma City Thunder, which was very surprising to say the least. They're 14 now, 14th place in the East out of 15 teams, 76ers being the only team they're better than. However, the 76ers are doing a little bit better as of recent, while the Nets are being the Nets and losing 9 out of 10.
Just to clarify also, the Knicks are 11th in the East. And
yeah, and also interesting news with the Knicks. Porzingis has made it very interesting this season, and along with Melo, they have played a lot better than expected, and they're becoming a better team for free agents to look at come this free agent season. Kevin Durant has said he would be interested in coming to the Knicks. However, the big players for Kevin Durant right now does seem to be Golden State, and that's no surprise, as Golden State is one of the best teams we have seen in a very long time.
It's it's still very early for Durant, and in that respect, so we're not going to speculate any further about that.
But imagine Golden State with Kevin Durant.
They don't need it.
That's insane.
Dream to New York.
Yeah, really. The Knicks with Kevin Durant, that would change the whole atmosphere. Melo, Porzingis, Durant. They also have other players like Lopez and some of the other stuff.
How much better can Golden State possibly do? They're right now up here. They can't really burst through that ceiling, so they really don't have any place
when you don't even have double-digit losses at this point.
It's ridiculous.
That's insanity. We're talking about a team now that is competing to be as good, if not better, than the 95-96 Bulls.
They're on pace right now to do better. So if they keep on this pace, who knows? This is a historic season. We have a lot of things to watch out for. We have Kaepernick. Could he come to the Jets? We have the Rangers and the Islanders battling it out for second. We have Kevin Durant. Can he possibly come to the New York Knicks? Be sure to tune in to us. We're going to be covering that. And tune in for tomorrow's show, where we're going to be voicing our Super Bowl 50 picks. Thank you from Raphael Leah
and John Jackson. This has been the Man Cave.